All right, so it's finally been released. Support for 5.5 from iClone. So you're going to have your tools, you're going to have your auto setup, you're going to have your live link. So I'm going to show you how to install it. Also, how to install, your auto setup for 5.5. I already downloaded it, but it kind of gives you an idea. So we just go down here. We'll just go to iClone, install the engine. So you need to download this iClone Unreal Live link, and let's just do 5.5. Okay, so a few things I'm going to do is, one, I'm just going to open this project up later, but actually let's do it now before we forget. I'm also going to open up iClone. It's still got to compile some shaders. That's fine. Let's see what's going to open first, iClone or Unreal Engine. Okay. All right. I guess around the same time. All right. So let's just new plugins are available. So go to Manage Plugins. Let's go to Real Illusion. There we go. And just going to restart now. Okay. So for iClone, you want to go to Plugins, Character Creator, and iClone Auto Setup, and then you go to get the tool for Unreal. Here you download, and you see 5.3 support. So let's look it up here. Okay. Okay. Just compatibility update. So. Okay. Can look into that much later on, but actually, let's go see. Yes. Ah. All right. Well, I'll look into that in the future. But right now, I just need to. You go in, you import. So once you're done, you can go to Plugins, and then go to Browse Files, Unreal, and then we're going to go 1.37 for 5.5. I'm going to copy and paste this into my project folder. So it's right through here. Going to, there we go. So it should be just like this. Perfect. So when we open up the project, I'm probably going to have to close out of this. Unless, let's actually go to plugins, make sure. Nope. All right, so we're going to have to close out of this. That's fine. And at the same time, we should get the character. Okay. So 0, 0, and 0. Okay, there she is. Just for the sake of it, let's not do subdivision. Just because we need to import, it takes a while. So there's the character. All right. So one thing I'm going to do is, the first thing I always do is I always apply a motion plus. Why? Because it just bakes the expressions in. So if I'm looking for a character, just want to make sure it bakes motion plus, so the facial expressions, everything works. It usually does. If not, then there's something seriously wrong. So something like this. All right, so let's go see if it works. Okay, so the eyes move, mouth. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do, just go all the way. Yeah, it's going to be all the way to the end. All right, export FBX. You can also do this as well. So if we can, in the live link too, we can go through here and do your live link. Personally, I like having everything. You can transfer the scene, include motion, just make sure, and then you can click on bake all animations to sequencer. So it's going to make a sequence out of it, including animation files. You can do that. Personally, I like everything in one folder so I can keep track of it. That's why I kind of do this. Does it help? Probably not, but go through here. So yeah. FBX, press OK. Okay, so you see these two icons here. That means it works. Let's do HQ shader, apply. All right. First thing I want to double check is, let's go to iClone's. So I'm going to set a couple things up first. So cast ray tracing. First thing, yeah, it's under translucent. So DOF. Let's do before and save it. Are we done? No, we're not. Okay. So now that's done. Let's go to shader. Let's see, our scan, standard, opacity. Go with a couple things. One is specular. So it's under mask, so we're just going to do translucent for a second. DOF before. And then we're going to go back to masked. We may have to change a couple things, but we'll see once we bring in the character. Once we bring in character, then I'm going to look into a couple things. We'll see what happens. So let's go to content. Just going to make a new folder. Characters. And then my character. There we go. And just bring her in. HQ shader. All right. All right, so we're going to bring everything in. Skeleton T0 as ref pose so you don't get those spaghetti arms. Import morph targets. Okay. Import animations. And then custom sample rate, we're going to do 60. And import all. So let's see how this works. Should bring in the character. In the meantime, we'll have a look. We're going to also test out the live link, what I like to use the live link for pretty soon. So let's see, we're just preparing, so it's going to take a couple minutes. Good. So it's important textures. Since we're not doing like subdivision or anything like that, it should bring it in pretty quickly. So a couple of things I could have just deleted, but oh well. Some unnecessary stuff, but oh well. So it's auto processing, shouldn't take too long. Now, if you're doing something in subdivide, if it's subdivided, it's going to take some time. High textures, 4K, all that, a lot of complicated stuff. It's going to take time. Anything with accessories, just bring in the character without accessories, like if they're having holsters and such and glasses. There's always been an issue with when it comes to materials with characters wearing glasses that I've had. So just bring in the character without the glasses, import the glasses, and then you're probably going to have to make a new glass shader, because sometimes Real Illusion has this really goofy shader for glass, and it looks terrible, and there's a lot of bugs and issues. So it's easier just to make your own glass shader, and then just bring it into the character. Same thing if characters are wearing swords, just attached to the skeleton when you bring them in, you should be okay. So for her, it's just the basic design. We may have to look into hair, because the hair might be a little screwed up, but that's okay. We may or may not. We'll see. But right now, I just want to bring in the character here. We may just import animations. So I just want to see if everything works or if it just breaks down. How are you doing? You're still at 82%? Okay. All right, so a couple things I like to work with. I was explaining this to somebody earlier. That's why the grid is up. I like to work with grids. When it comes to coordinates, I think they're having trouble with sets and blocking. Characters would always run into walls or something. Always consider blocking as a director, like where characters are, kind of like where you want them to stand and everything. Blocking is a very important skill to learn. Still at 82%. Okie dokie. Up. Hang on. We're close. Good. Okie dokie. All right. All right, now she's imported. Good. Woo! Holy shit. Holy shit. I'm glad we whoo. We might have a bug. Whoa, Reillusion, what the hell? All right, I'll tell you what. Let's get a basic animation going for her and see if we can just apply it to her skeleton. Hopefully that is just a little oopsies. Because if it's like this is very concerning. Oh my. All right. So let's break that down first. Let's get a couple of animations going. So let's just apply a basic animation. Good Lord. Let's do something interesting. Yeah, one of these animations. So this is kind of case in point. If it is bugged, this is why you don't start new projects. This is why you don't constantly update. Just wait till you have a stable version. Because let's say if you work on a project and you suddenly keep upgrading it to 5.5 and you're waiting, there's bad stuff. Just wait until there's like a stable project. I had to explain this to a couple people before. Don't just expect like 5.5 or something like that, because you get stuff like this and it's like, to me, I'm just testing it out and playing guinea pig. If you're just constantly just relying on the newest project, you're gonna be really pissed. You're gonna be really pissed off, and I guarantee you, some people are gonna be really pissed if they do this. All right, so let's just do a quick animation. Export FBX. Let's do 60 frames per second. Subdivided, and let's just do animation test. And let's actually run through a couple tests here. Let's also bring it in through the live link and just only transfer the motion. And then we might have to go and experiment. Ooh, my. iClone, what the heck? This is why we experiment. This is why, I mean, it's not a big deal on my end, but this is why, this is what we do. You always have to find a backup plan. You always have to find a plan B. You have to find the root of the problem. Yeah, you can even tell some of the, it needs to be subdivided, but that's okay. All right. Yeah, some subdivide, you can see where it's not smoothing everything out, but we'll see. All right, so now the FBX is saved. All right, so let's just bring this in. Let's do a quick animation test. And then we'll consider like plan B and all that. We'll just kind of play around with it. There's always a plan B. HQ shader. Let's make sure that nothing's like we have the settings right. So maybe I fucked up the settings. Maybe I completely screwed it up. Otherwise, you know, iClone's a little screwy. Poison ivy skeleton, custom sample rate. Good. We did put in T0 as ref post, so it should be alright. Alright, so let's just import it. Still having that issue. Glad we All right. It's like a Lovecraftian horror film we got going on here. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Let's test out the live link and make sure it's okay. So first of all, I'm going to transfer the motion. Let's do here, here, and just bring in the character. And let's find out what our issues are. Let's transfer the file. And worst case scenario, I'm going to start a completely new project and see if it works. Because who knows, there could be a whole mess of issues that could be causing this. It could be a bad UE project, so I can easily go and make a new one just in case if we're having issues. This is why we experiment. This is why you want to experiment on a completely different file. Just go and play around with it. If it doesn't work, I got 5.4 to work with. You know, I still have 5.4 and 5.3 on my projects. All right, let's see how you doing, iClone. So it's importing. Good. Okay, so it looks like sorry, I'm just moving back and forth my chair. Hopefully it doesn't squeak too much. So plan B would be just bringing it in through the live link, see if it works, see if there's any issues. Okay. That's a very promising sign. Nope, never mind. It's still same old Lovecraft horror. Okie dokie. Woo, good freaking lord. Alright, so let's consider plan C. What we're going to do is we're going to we're just going to create a completely brand new project. So let's do launch. So let's start from new, see if there's any serious issues. May have a couple of theories, but let's find out. So let's go with 5.5 test. I may have a couple of theories what could be causing this issue, so let's find out. It might not even be Revolution's fault. We'll see. So for the sake of it, I'm going to just delete everything and try again, completely try again from scratch, find out what our issue is going to be. So let's go in and just bring in the character. Export FBX. Let's go with a simple 60 frames per second. Completely clear the slate. If we're still having issues, then this can be considered a warning and none of that. But I'm probably going to have to start. I'll probably make a video, send it to Revolution staff, and see if we can get this taken care of. I'll just send them an email like, "Hey, shit's broken, fix it." Not exactly that, but um, sometimes I can be kind of blunt. Like, "Hey, something's broken. Here's what it is. Here's the video. Here's my process." Um, but I have a couple theories, so this is why we're kind of narrowing everything down. I think making a brand new project is completely fair. Um, you know, I just kind of like it's how it is. I just kind of narrow down the problem, see what we can do. Always consider a plan B. Always consider a plan B. Always consider another strategy. Because if you're constantly having the same issue and you're running into it constantly, back and forth, you're going to have a bad time. So you always have to think, okay, if this doesn't work, all right, let's try this and this and this and this and this, and until you get to plan Z, and then you're wondering what the hell. Okay, it's actually seriously broken. Okay, whatever. So as far as I can tell, let me go try something in 5.4 to make sure it works. Well, it's very important just to find out. So, uh, kind of shame, I was looking forward to it. I mean, I'm working on projects in 5.4 and 5.3, so still compiling shaders. Okay, so in the meantime, I wonder if they're having a sale going on right now. Let me look. You have a sale, like a Christmas sale or anything like that? No, not. Dance party, climbing ladder. Punches, 80. Sorry. I'm just looking up a couple things. Oh, cool. No problem. All right. Let's see. Oh, it's the 17th. I forgot. Free stuff. So, Fab has some stuff for free. Oh, I have this already. Bad. Yeah, I already have this stuff. Go and grab it. Grab the free stuff. Oh, I don't have this. It's okay. It's like, it's all right. It's free, so just grab it. You still going through it? Sorry, everybody. I know it's kind of. I'm just kind of waiting until everything compiles. This stuff can take a while, so what can you do? What can you do? What can you do? What can you do? So, I have to get back into this. Oh, very nice, very nice. A 4090. I'm jealous. I'm still stuck on my 2080. uh, someday, someday I'll catch up. I can't even play the new. It's gotten to a point where my card has fallen behind on a lot of the new Indiana Jones game. I don't have the. I barely meet the minimum requirements for that game on PC. So I'm like, no, because it looks interesting. I don't play much video games, but not as much as I used to. But oh boy, yeah. But yeah, congrats on your 4090. Yeah, a lot of productions, a lot of potential too. I just wouldn't start on 5.5 yet. Hopefully, is the issue is what I think it is. Crossing my fingers. Hopefully, it's not broken. Otherwise, we'll have to talk to Reallusion about this because it could be freaking broken. Something could be really screwed up, and they gotta answer to that. We gotta let them know about it. But let's see. Let's check. There's also a couple other sales here. Number one is Humble Bundle. Has stuff for Unreal Engine. Hang on a second. What is this? I have a lot of this stuff, but definitely could be useful for anybody. Yeah, look at this. I'll link it. If anyone has like Humble Bundle, it's not bad at all. Got police headquarters. It's a pretty good set here. Furniture, fireplaces. I have a lot of this stuff, but yeah, go for it if anyone wants to. It's on Humble Bundle, so they usually have stuff on Unreal Engine. So let's see. 13. Sci-fi. Stuff like this. How many days are left on this? 13 days. That's not bad. Destructible vehicle trailer, huh? Yeah, I look into it, if you're interested. Definitely see a lot of interesting stuff into it with it. So yeah, just go to Humble Bundle and under bundles, just look up software and you'll find it. All right, so we're still under 1778. That's fine. Let's see if there's anything going on with Reallusion. Power Suites, what the heck? 45% is like software. Let's have a look-see. Okay. It's all right. Man, that is Still compiling shaders. You know, story of my life. Let's see, what else do we have here going on? Oh no. Oh no. I'm just looking at something. Yeah. Come on, Unreal. Let's get this start. Let's get it going. Might as well get everything situated here. Yeah, there's kind of some interesting stuff here. There's Acupose. I haven't really played around with it too much, to be honest with you. I've been a little bit busy on some of my projects to play around with Acupose. I canceled a lot of other subscriptions to stuff recently, so yeah, it is what it is. All right, so it should be on like Unreal tutorials, and then 5.5, 5.5, and you know. Okay, good. All right, so all right, let's do that. Save that. Go through here. Let's go through plugins. Let's just do Reallusion for now and restart. All right. Okay. Let's just be on the safe side. And let's bring in an HQ shader. And let's just let's try bringing her in through the live link. So let's go through here. Let's do scenes in motion, 60 frames per second. Let's have the character, transfer file. So it's going to take care of almost everything here. Yeah, it does. It's getting up there. Sorry, it's the fan and everything. Does your PC get loud? It does. It kind of increases. It's kind of hard. It's getting a little harder. Do it. So, oh well. Mm. Yeah, it's just sometimes they gave away. So I dropped the software. Okay, there we go. A character. All right, so little sequence. Oh, let's actually find out. Very promising. Okay, okay, this is promising. This is very promising. So, I think I know what it could be. Okay. All right. I think it was iClone and MetaHuman trying to interact with each other because that project, I think, if I remember, had a MetaHuman skeleton structure. So it probably didn't know what I was referring to. So let's. And that's not too bad. At least we get something. So let's. What I'm going to do is. So it looks like it is working. That's a good sign. I think it. I think it had to do something with that project. I think maybe it was a metahuman thing, and that's what I was thinking. Maybe there's something with metahuman on iClone not working together. So that's a really promising sign. What I'm going to do is just bring in the character as is, and let's bring in the motion, and then not only that, but let's also apply a second motion to it. Yeah, maybe it's time I get a new graphics card too. Just thinking about that. Probably later on the year. I'll have to look and see what I can get. Import. T0's ref pose. Import animations. Let's do. And also import the morph targets, and let's do 60 frames per second. So it looks like it is working. Let's see. Cross your fingers. Hopefully it works, and then we'll apply a different motion to it. How much are graphics cards these days? Interesting. I think. I'm seeing one for 850. That's not bad. Yeah, I mean, for a lot of my parts, like if I get PC parts, I get it at Micro Center. Micro Center is kind of my go-to. So I think it was something with MetaHuman that was causing our issue, which is good. Like it, the issue is not an iClone issue, but the issue is on my end. But if we made a brand new project file, it it's a it can easily fix itself. Like this issue can be avoided, which is a good thing. Yeah. So sometimes you have to go through and find out. You know, I'm keeping this video up. I think it's a really good lesson. Because there's always like, you always have to kind of go through and do some kind of troubleshoot. Okay, what's this issue? Okay, what's this issue? This issue is an icon. Okay, let's make a brand. Throw in a character. Throw in the same character and see if it has the same results. If it is, you know, it's like that little chart. If there's a problem, you know, yes and no, and then go back through and all that. I think it's kind of important to consider. So this is a pretty good lesson, I think. I think it's because, like, I see people like screaming, getting angry, but yet they are they're stuck in their ways, where it's like, oh, they expect something to happen or something. They scream and get angry about it. Sometimes you just have to go and find a bunch of backups. The important lesson to have is just there's somebody who just kept using LiveLink and they're having serious issues with LiveLink, and I'm just thinking, okay, so this is interesting. Okay, so I think I know what it is. Okay, so this interesting. So it does happen when we bring in an FPX file. There's something with the skeleton. So what are we doing wrong here? Why is this working? But when we bring in the FPX, it's broken. Maybe we can do this. Update the skeleton reference. Let's click on that. And let's uncheck T0's ref pose. So maybe it's this. There's something with the skeleton that's causing this issue. Yeah, we're kind of going back to how I learned Unreal Engine. I just broke it a bunch of times, found out why I broke it, and just went back and forth all the time. So you're getting a glimpse of my early, like, what was it like during my early days working with the Unreal Engine, how I got to this point. We're starting to see a lot of this. Sometimes I just broke it. Okay, what happened? How do I fix it? Going back and forth. And this went on for like months. So bring it in. could be the I think it could be the solution. Just bring it in through iClone. Through that way. I think it could be the solution. So what we did earlier, that could probably be the way of doing that. Fixing your issues there. Baking the animation to the sequencer. You're probably going to have to retarget, but the problem is the facial expressions. Sometimes it doesn't translate very well. So there's something seriously going on. I just have to go and find out what it is and fix it. Because someone's going to have this issue and they're going to bring it up. Is it LODs? And there's always someone in the comment that say, no, you stupid idiot, it's this. There's always going to be someone out there. No, stupid, it's this way. No, do this instead. It's always going to, you'll find stuff like that, which is pretty, they're not going to be say stupid, but whatever. They're going to be like, nah, it's this way, or I found this way, and this, and this. I think it's pretty helpful. It's like, something for like cooking or something like that. There's always a couple people make changes to a recipe online, and it's usually a lot more successful. So that kind of thing. Let's see. So I'm just gonna retitle the video breaking I break iClone live link. There, I'm going to change it to a much more appropriate title. I break it. There we go. I break iClone live link and support for. Holy shit! So. Okay, it's not that. So there is something seriously going on with that skeleton structure. Force delete. So maybe my method is now broken. And I think that's quite frustrating for some people. They're going to find it very frustrating. All right, so let's do this. Let's attach a motion plus, make sure that there's some facial expressions for her. And what we're going to do is we're just going to go to motion. Oops, sorry. We're in a live link, and we're just going to do here. And good. Sometimes we just gotta see how much we break the damn thing. Yeah, I'm not angry or frustrated. I'm like, okay, something's wrong, and I want to know what it is. Did it work? Okay, first of all, let's go and delete that. Let's bring in our character. And see what kind of animations she has. Okay, she has the baked facial expressions. I'm gonna be okay, so it looks like she does. Okay, very good, very good. So we found a workaround. Very good, very good, very, very good. This makes me happy. So it looks like the FPX method might be broken. And what you can do is just transfer it back and forth between iClone, which is, you know what? Whatever. Whatever, you know. I'll have to make a new short form video on this. It works. So let's apply also another expression. So where would it be? It would be found under motion, which that's not bad. This is pretty detailed. What I can do is just move it over. Okay. Good. We have at least something works. That's the most important thing. Something works. So let's do talking and see if that works. I just want to see how much I can break this program.
Hi.
Ow, that's loud. Okay, cool. Good for you. We're going to bring you in now. Right, we're going to just bring in character, go in range. You'll have to rename it, but yeah, whatever. Whatever. I think it was this one, so. And if I just add a new level sequence. Cool. And that votes also make sure that the whoa, hi there. Oh, hi there. Facial expressions. Looks like the eyes are moving. We'll have to fix the hair, but okay. I'm just gonna leave it alone. I think this is a pretty good. I would approach with extreme caution with 5.5, but yeah, I would say this is okay. As long as the character is the same. So my old method might be obsolete. That's okay. As long as we get it working. So let's say I want to make a new expression. And let's say, okay, let's also do another experiment. I'm gonna save as and just completely X out of this. And there I can actually do my expressions in peace. Okay, whatever. All right, so let's do like a face puppet. Uh, 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, good. Just doing some custom facial expressions here. Okay, and for just to be safe, it's going to make the expressions. So let's just do collect clip. And I'm going to save it as Motion Plus. Actually, I'm kind of curious. Before I do, let's just open it up and let's run through the other experiment. Do I need to actually bake the expressions? Yeah, let's find out. 3, 2, 1, and let's go through iClone's Live link again and transfer. And it should be only motion, right? Yep, only motion. So okay, looks like it is working. All right, sweet. All right, let's go through our level sequence. Make sure we are good. And what was the... Sometimes... I think it was this one. For shits and giggles, let's also go through expression. And I want to actually over exaggerate the eyes a bit so I can see it. There we go. All right, let's do that. Okay. All right, let's do the other motion. Let's look out for the other one. So it should be like 914 or something. If this is 7, this should be like 914 or something. Okay. So it isn't exactly a measurement thing. I think it's just there's something wrong with it. There's something I'm doing wrong here in the skeleton. There's something seriously. I don't know what's maybe. I would like to know what am I doing that's causing this particular issue. Is there like a nanite support? Maybe it's nanite. Maybe the issue is nanite. I don't know what it could be. I have no idea. But everything is as it should be. But I think so let's try this old project here. The one that had serious bugs. Let's go into that one. I'm going to delete everything. Delete all that stuff and try again. Okay. So maybe I am. Maybe it isn't. Maybe the issue is like, let's just delete that. Delete that. And then let's just delete cactus. So let's just import that. Okay. And let's bring that in. So if you're still with me, if we're still having like, this is like the 5.5 project I have. I may have to make a new video on how to import stuff in from iClone, how to make it easier. This would probably be a whole lot easier. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. I think this is a lot faster to work with. So let's transfer the file. Whoopsies. Let's do scene, import 60 frames per second. Now I'm actually kind of curious on a couple things. Number one, oh, we can actually do subdivision. Very good. Exclude morph targets. No, we should be perfectly fine. And let's transfer. But for subdivide, we can work with that in the future. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to make a whole new video on this. My old way of doing it through the FBX is probably broken. So I have to go find a new way. But that's okay. That's perfectly fine. I'm not going to lose a lot of sleep on that. If there's a much faster and much more efficient way of doing it, I'm all for it. I'm 100% all for that, so. Now, the one thing I'm probably going to have to think about is organization. And I have a couple ideas. Well, you're probably going to have to rename certain motions. So, and know that, but make a folder, move it over. I think that could be a lot more easier to work with. I'm not going to be too beat up about it. Yeah, I may have to say goodbye to the FBX method. Okie dokie. What do you got here? Motion. Yes. Yeah, I may have to say goodbye to it, but you know what? I'm not gonna be too heartbroken. IV I test. So what I do is just do, here I just make new folders, go tests. Here, just move it over. And then if there's scene numbers and scenes and all that, I can just easily move it here. So add new level sequence 1. Let's do 24 frames per second. Bring her in. Is something we don't know? Hold on. So let's say I want to bring her into one of my sets. Oh, thank you. Just hoping it bakes the animation file. Maybe it's just because I moved the character. Let's make a new level sequence to bring her in. Now the question is she using an animation asset? And okay, so it's just a basic. So it's just one of those little bugs where I moved everything over and caused some serious issues. Okie dokie. Okay. Huh. Cool. All right. Now we got that out of the way. Let's do a second part. Honest to God, this is actually making me happy. It works. That's the most important thing. It works. I'll have to. Whoop, yeah, we got a tier line little thing. I noticed a little bug around the tier line. That's just a. We have to adjust the shaders, but okay. But the most important thing is, let's actually switch it to like a. Let's do it like a telephoto. Let's do like. Let's do like a 95. Adjust the camera. Let's also, what aperture? Let's do like maybe 4. And then we can just increase. We can increase the lighting or just increase the exposure. All right. So it looks like there is a issue with a skeleton, but there's a way to get around it. I don't know exactly what's causing the issue, but you know, it is what it is. I'm not going to. I wouldn't like. Hopefully, it doesn't affect other projects like 5.4, like 5.4 or anything like that. It shouldn't. But you know, I have a workaround. There's always a workaround. So that being said, this is done. So I want to test out the other thing with iClone. Where did you get the skies for iClone? Where do you get the skies? For skies, I would just do. Are you looking for HDRIs? Here, I'll give you a link to a place that'll give you HDRI files for free. You can use that. It's a good reference. They're free. But I don't even like I don't work in iClone anymore. When it comes to rendering, I do everything in Unreal. But this is a pretty good resource. I do like the lighting for this. But yeah, for Unreal, I use Ultra Dynamic Sky. I'm actually tempted. There we go. Okay, so where was I before I was being before the Polyhaven thing? Oh yeah. So it's getting late where I'm easily distracted. Yeah, let's just bring in this, and let's just transfer it to iClone. See how well that works. Beauty. That's perfect. So this is like how I would block. So I bring it in, have a character standing here. But yeah, I think Hmm. This would be like I would animate my characters, block it, and then what we can do is send it through the iClone Live Link, through the transfer tool in the iClone Live Link. I'm probably going to have to make a whole new video on this. Probably expect it in a couple of days. I'm going to have to ask somebody if they're interested in a project, doing like a short or something. I think like how to. I'm probably going to even have to say how to make quick animations, how to make cinematics. This would be kind of an interesting tool to work with. Make a short. I'll make. Yeah, I'm gonna have to email someone. She's interested in voicing a project for me. Hmm. That would be fun, but yeah. Overall, it's been kind of educational. Eventually, I might have to find out what the issue is. There's just something with the skeleton. The animation is now working with the skeleton, and someone's probably gonna have an answer before I do. But because it's working in iClone, it's working with the transfer. Let's see. Yeah, I might actually play around with the project. I have a whole, pretty much I'm off for Christmas, the whole week of Christmas, so I could probably use this to my advantage. Yeah, I get, this is looking pretty good. This is the one thing I kind of noticed, like, with 5.5, the lighting, like, it's getting easier and easier to create good lighting inside of iClone 5, or sorry, Unreal Live Link 5.5. Yeah. It's startlingly easily, like, with the right planning, something like this. I can, yeah, I can easily make this project or make something quickly. Probably in like, probably not too long, but I don't know. I'll see. I'll see. Yeah. Well, glad we got it worked out. Glad it's all worked out. Glad I can find an option. Yeah, this is probably one of the more, informational live streams. I guess. Um, you know, watch me break something, find out a solution, and hopefully it helped you. So that's gonna do for me. If anyone has any questions, let me know. website down below if you need me to. There's private lessons. You want to make something. You want to improve your camera work or your lighting. You want to improve your set design. You don't know where to go. My contact form is down below. Eventually, I'm gonna have to get like Zoom because there's like a 40-minute limit. So I'll look into potentially working with. I'll be working with maybe I'll get like a pro plan or something. But for like lessons for set design and a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, probably gonna have to charge just to pay for Zoom and everything. So and my time. But anyway, hopefully you guys learned something. I did. I found. I don't know. So, see ya. I love break.